Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Friday, October 11th, and you know what that means. You probably don't, but it is time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, living that dream, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, WrestleDream, is going down this weekend. We are going to take a look at the card, preview the matches, make our predictions. Looks like a good show because, you know, AEW almost always puts on a good show. But for now, you know what's next, so just go on and hit my music. All right, so WrestleDream 2023 last year. You know, we got to take a look at that card first. It was the first ever WrestleDream, and it was a tribute show for New Japan Pro Wrestling founder Antonio Inoki. It took place on the 1-year anniversary of his death, which was really good. It took place at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, and let's take a look at the card. So it had 14 matches with 4 going down on the pre-show. So on the pre-show, we had an 8-person mixed tag team match as Athena, Billy Starks, Keith Lee, forgot Keith Lee was on that card, and Satoshi Kojima defeated Shane Taylor Promotions, Lee Moretti, Shane Taylor Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Josh Barnett. Luchasaurus defeated Nick Wayne, and Billy Gunn of Acclaimed defeated TMDK. Then our opening contest was MJF defeated The Righteous. This was a 2-on-1 handicap match with MJF defending the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Eddie Kingston defeated Katsuyori Shibata to retain the Ring of Honor World and New Japan Strong Openweight Championships. Chris Statlander defeated Julia Hart to retain the TBS Championship. The Young Bucks defeated the Lucha Brothers and the Guns and Orange Cassidy and Hook to become the number 1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championship. Swerve defeated Hangman Page. This was the first match in their beautiful feud. Ricky Starks defeated Wheeler Yuta. Bryan Danielson defeated Zack Sabre Jr. The Don Callis family team of Katsuyori Shibata, Konosuke Takeshita, Will Ospreay, and Sammy Guevara. Oh my God, I forgot Sammy Guevara was in the Don Callis family. Defeated Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite team of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. FTR defeated Aussie Open to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. In the main event, Christian Cage defeated Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match to retain the TNT Championship. That was a really weird card. I'm having to go back and watch the show. It's just I don't remember a lot of it, and then the things I do remember, I remember it being very, very good. But let's get into the card for WrestleDream this weekend. Our opening contest will be taking place. Well, first things first, we do know that Tony Khan will probably be adding more matches. This show already has 11 matches, including the pre-show, so there's going to be more added. Right now, like, there's only 1 women's match on the card, and I can see maybe Camille versus Chris Statlander being added, or something else, maybe a tag team women's match. But first on the pre-show, we do have Atlantis Jr. defending the Ring of Honor World Television Championship against one Brian Cage. This should be a very, very fun match. I'm perfectly fine with Ring of Honor having a match here on this card because there's another Ring of Honor match taking place on this card. But I could see Brian Cage winning, walking out with the championship. That's going to be really, really interesting. So I think it's time to maybe load up Brian Cage. But we have a 2 out of 3 falls match on the main card with the Beast Mortos taking on Hologram, and this is going to be fun. Hologram has gotten off to a great start. He's currently undefeated since debuting on Collision in July, and he's racked up a bunch of victories, and a couple of victories have come against the Beast Mortos, and now he'll face him in a 1-on-1 match, 2 out of 3 falls. Mortos has been great, and the story with him is, will he be joining the Don Callis family? I'm not Don Callis family. Will he be joining the Undisputed Kingdom? Will he be joining LFI? Right now, it's like he's joining LFI, but I don't expect him to win here. Hologram has been on a roll, so take Hologram to win this match. Next up, we have Mark Briscoe defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Chris Jericho, and there's been a pivot from whatever Jericho was doing to now feuding with the conglomeration. And yes, Chris Jericho is a former Ring of Honor World Champion, but it doesn't hurt to have more championships, and also doesn't hurt to get Mark Briscoe on the card. We have this match because, well, one, we pivoted to the learning tree versus the conglomeration, but Jericho should have kept Jay Briscoe's name out of his mouth. He said that, Jay could have probably beaten him, and Mark will never be as good as Jay. That didn't need to happen, and he done pissed Mark off. This is going to be a fun match. I don't expect it to go very long. I do expect Mark Briscoe to walk out the winner here. He's just great, and because he's pissed off, it's going to be that much more of an entertaining match. Next up, we got Jack Perry defending the TNT Championship versus Katsuyori Shibata. I really like this match. I really like this match. Shibata stuck his nose into the Elite's business when Jack Perry wanted to keep trying to punishing was either Ishii or Suzuki for the open challenge. I think it was Minoru Suzuki, and you just don't disrespect legends like that. Shibata had a problem with that, and he got involved. Part of me thinks Shibata should win here. I really want Shibata to win. I really want Shibata to win. But Jack Perry can't lose the championship just yet. You know what I mean? And he needs a true feud. Now, that could start with Shibata. I just want to see something more for Jack Perry in his reign. Has been good, it has been great, and he needs another solid win. So I'm gonna take Jack Perry to win here. Kind of hurts. Next up, we have Darby Allin, whose open challenge was answered by none other than Brody King, and these two have history. One, we're back in Washington where Darby will be home, you know what I mean? And he was supposed to be, maybe fighting for the world championship or even being the world champion here. And he doesn't have that, so he has doubts in himself now, but he wants to climb. He wants to get back to the top. After losing a title shot to Jon Moxley, he said, yo, someone faced me WrestleDream, and it was one and only Brody King to answer. Brody beat this man's ass, and then Darby said, listen, we got history. You're trying to take something from me. I'm going to make you earn it. This will be Darby's redemption, his journey to, honestly, to what I think will become a world championship reign. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit later on. But Brody's going to give Darby a good showing. These two have put on some really tight bangers when they face each other, but take Darby Allin to win here. Next up, we have the Young Bucks defending the AEW World Tag Team Championship versus Private Party. And I like that Private Party is finally getting a push. They are finally on the card. This is good. I like seeing them elevated. Keep this going. With that being said, they're not winning the tag team titles here. Yes, they have a major victory over the Young Bucks when they first got started, and they just defeated the Young Bucks very recently. But again, I don't see them winning here. This is going to be, honestly, it's going to be one of the three best matches of the entire evening. The Private Party has an opportunity to show up and show out and show what they're really worth. I'm really digging this. I'm digging this. And the Young Bucks just don't have bad matches. This is the sleeper, one of the sleeper matches of the evening, but take the Young Bucks to win here. This isn't a match, and I'm not going to criticize AEW for doing this because they don't do it often, unlike the other company. But Swerve Strickland's returning home. He's going to be here, and we know how this is going to play out. Swerve is going to be back. He's going to get cheered. He's going to have Prince Nana with him, and he's going to be interrupted by Shelton Benjamin and MVP. MVP's going to do his best to convince Swerve to turn on Nana and join him. I think Swerve is going to say no, and when he says no, that's when we get the debut of Bobby Lashley. So Swerve now needs a partner, maybe even a team. Maybe EJ Ndoku, maybe Scorpio Sky, maybe Keith Lee. But this is going to be interesting, and I like this pivot for Swerve, starting up a major feud with a major star, and I'm salivating at Swerve versus Shelton Benjamin. I cannot have Swerve turn on Prince Nana. I cannot have Prince Nana turn on Swerve. That is all I am saying. Next up, we've got the International Championship being defended as Ricochet will be taking on Konosuke Takeshita and the champion Will Ospreay. And this is another one of the banger matches. So here's the thing. Ospreay and Takeshita were once part of the Don Callis family. That's probably over now. Ospreay and Ricochet have history. Ospreay defended the championship against Ricochet recently. Ended in a draw, and then Takeshita ended the continuation of the match. So that's why we have this match. This is going to be very, very good. And anything goes in a triple threat matches. There's no DQ. So will Kyle Fletcher get involved? Will Don Callis have a new member of the family? Remember, there was a little bit of a talent exchange going down recently. Honestly, all three men can walk away with the championship, but I'll say this. I don't think Ospreay's walking away with the championship. I don't think Ospreay's winning here. I think it's either Ricochet or Takeshita, and I think it's time we put the rocket on Takeshita and send him to the moon. I think Takeshita's walking away here. I think Takeshita's walking away with the International Championship. He can go feud with Ospreay. Ricochet can maybe move into the TNT Championship division. But Takeshita's got to walk away here, right? He's won big matches, but he hasn't won the big match. Yes, he's defeated Kenny Omega multiple times. Maybe he loses here and they can set him up to take on Okada. But I think Takeshita is winning here. Next up, we've got Hangman Adam Page taking on Jay White, and this is very simple. Hangman is mad. He's kicking everybody's ass. Jay White is mad because you touched his boy and tried to hang him. So now you got to pay. This is another match. Sleeper match. Here's the thing. You got to remember, Switchblade lost to Hangman in the Owen Hart tournament and got hurt. So he's got some beef with Hangman. But then when you came after the Bang Bang Gang, took out the guns, you tried to hang Juice, you gonna meet the Switchblade. Whereas Hangman's been on a roll. He is riding that momentum into WrestleDream. And the question is, do you have Jay White lose his match back? His first match back, do you have Jay White lose that? But Hangman also can't lose. And I gotta pick a winner. So through some shenanigans, because he's been cheating recently, I'm gonna take Hangman Adam Page to win here. Yeah, he's gonna beat Jay White. Then we have the AEW Women's World Championship. Mariah May defending against my baby, the love of my life, Willow Nightingale. Dope biases, right? Willow Nightingale is more than worthy of being a challenger, and she's great for this position. Now, Mariah May just got the belt, and yeah, she's been defending it. Her reign has been so, but I like what they're doing here with Willow. I really want Willow to win, but it doesn't make sense for Willow to win after losing that final match to Chris Statlander, and Statlander's now a good guy. Like, it just, the math ain't mathing. The main reason I think Mariah May is winning here is because something's got to give between her and her friend Mina Shirakawa, and especially when I think Toni Storm is coming back, who's doing a run in Japan right now. But Mariah has got to get another definitive win. She went through, Nyla. She went through Murder, Yuka Sakazaki. But Willow Nightingale's a different beast unto himself. Willow has that fight and that drive. Willow's going to give it her all, but I think Mariah May is going to win by some shenanigans, and that's going to hurt me because I want Willow to be champion so bad. And lastly, our main events. The World Championship, Bryan Danielson defending against Jon Moxley. This is interesting. This is an interesting match just because I think it's a toss-up. The story here is Mox is tired of what's going on in AEW. He is on a warpath, and he's healthy, he's focused, and he has the numbers advantage because he has the BCC with him, right? And all Danielson really has is Wheeler Yuta. The motivations aren't entirely clear for Moxley. I think there's someone else he's working with, maybe someone that wants to bring in some money, but he has made his decision to take out his friend, his brother, Bryan Danielson, and take the championship from him. And he's like, it's not personal. I mean, you did try to murder the man. So there's so many moving parts here. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think for story's sake, I think Danielson has to win. And that's because we need to see Mox be pushed to another level. He started this war and he lost the first battle. Can he win the second one? So I'm going to take Bryan Danielson to win. This is going to be a fantastic match. Bryan Danielson is also home. Expect the three guys that are from the area, the state, to do something big. Danielson, Darby, Swerve. So one more time, let's go over my predicted winners again. I think Atlantis Jr. defeats Brian Cage to beat Atlantis Jr. to win the Ring of Honor Television Championship. Hologram to defeat the Beast Mortos in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Mark Briscoe to defeat Chris Jericho, retaining the Ring of Honor World Championship. Jack Perry to defeat Katsuyori Shibata to retain the TNT Championship. Darby Allin to defeat Brody King. The Young Bucks to defeat Private Party to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Konosuke Takeshita to walk out as your new international champion. Swerve Strickland to do what Swerve Strickland does and really start up this feud with the Hurt Syndicate. Hangman Adam Page to defeat Jay White. Mariah May to defeat Willow Nightingale, retaining the AEW Women's World Championship. And lastly, Bryan Danielson to defeat Jon Moxley, retaining the AEW World Championship. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen what we got coming up next. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And as always, and the J, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, DG Dolan, Bailey, and Nyla Dawn. Holla at your boy. Peace.